Hey guys, welcome back to Flying in Space with Planet Head. Uh, this is upgrade day. Um, if you've watched the previous couple videos, I've been flying around in my Catalyst, um, and I am finally ready to finish building my Coercer. It's ready for delivery. I'm not going to deliver it just yet because I want to check things out. Um, just a brief disclaimer at the beginning, of course. If you've watched these videos, I'm sure 99% of you know that I'm just flying in space, not using gates, only flying with what I can find, going through wormholes. Enough said, you can watch other videos in regards to that. One thing that's come up recently, well, not really recently, but trying to figure out a better way to explain the way I like to play games in general. Um, and I realized I was doing it with another game that I hadn't played in quite a long time that I just pulled out yesterday, uh, and that is The Long Dark. I think I might have done one or two videos like a year ago about it. I haven't played it in about 6 months or so. It is a survival game, and it is almost exactly, well, not exactly, it is very similar to the way I play Eve. Now, it is a first person survival game. Um, And if you ever want to take a look at it, there are plenty of reviews online. It might be the best unknown game that's out there. It's been around for 8 or 9 years. I got it during beta testing, and they've kept going and growing and adding things on. Um, Now, if any of you have ever played like Fallout 4, uh, it, and ever tried like survival mode on Fallout 4, the I always like games like this and doing it that way. Um, the Long Dark is basically it on steroids, um, and you have a lot less weapons. You have to put it this way: if you're doing it on the toughest level, which I like to play on, I'm going to go back and play later on tonight because I'm back into it for a little while. Um, it You have to make your own knife, and it's just a great game. It's just a great game. I'm not going to go too far into it. If you want to, check it out. It's The Long Dark. Uh, the nice thing is, whenever I got it a couple of years ago, every time they brought out an update with a new map and a new area to explore, um, which is a major part of the game, I got it all for free. So that one purchase did. I think if I understood for the first time ever, they're going to be sending out an expansion. It's not going anywhere. It's a great game. One of those few games, I'm playing Eve on Alpha right now. I'll go Omega sooner or later. Um, but I may pay for the expansion. I'm terrible. I mean, I got the money to buy it, but if I'm having fun, why do I pay for it? But I'm gonna do that for the Long Dark because they deserve what they do. Okay, back to Eve. Same thing. I'm gonna go Omega at some point. Well, here's the irony. If you watched my prior videos, the Alpha 1 to 100 days, um, uh, that's a whole series. I did 50 videos of that at the beginning of the year, the first 3 months of the year. Had a lot of fun doing that. It was like a challenge of mine, and this current challenge that I'm doing is like it on steroids as well, um, legal steroids. Um, but at the end of that, I actually bought a 3 month subscription to Eve, with the two characters because I bought it with the 3 month get the other character trained for free. Since I've been doing this challenge with only flying through wormholes, I've barely played that account. It was paid for, and I've just been having so much fun with this alpha account. So I have paid Ed. Uh, if I ever do get my corporation up and running, I may just move everybody over to it. I have a corporation under them. Maybe I'll just move everybody under that, so all the characters are under the same like spot. So maybe I can keep my Plex or something together with it. I don't know. But I literally have not played hardly anything else other than the two characters that are on here. And ever since I made Amanda Rose, I probably spent 90% of my time on her for the last 2, 3 weeks. And I'm not going anywhere. And that goes right into what I'm about to do. So If you watched the last video, one of the guys brought up Pyfa, which is a great third-party piece of software that you can test things out with. Um, Other things that you can do is you can pull up the ship fitting window, and this used to not be here whenever I used to play a long time ago. Let me go ahead and minimize this so hopefully it's a little faster. And yeah, this is my catalyst. Okay, it's junky, but it can blow up some. It can barely blow up a level 4 or level 1, whatever it is, the weakest of the clone soldiers, but it's able to do it. I'm able to kill some battleship, the lowest level battleships with it. Um, but so one thing that kind of goes along with the way I'm trying to, that I am playing this, not trying, I am playing, is I keep saying this, I like to learn by feel, and once I learn something, then I might mess around with it. But the one guy brought up the other day on the comments, I think it was actually just yesterday, and I'm sorry, I can't remember, my brain is not functioning right now. But he said to check out the different crystals, and each one of them has their own aspects to it. And he is 100% right. Now, I could literally just pull up the compare window and do that, which I'll probably do at some point in time. What I really like doing is using things first and then saying, oh, and then looking things up and going, oh, that's what happened with that, and that's what happened with that. So this is what I'm going to do here with the, I have my catalyst here, and I've got my coercer in the hopper. So what I'm going to do, if I'm not mistaken, I think they're very similar ships, except for the catalyst gets bonuses to hybrid weapons, which I don't have on here, and the coercer has bonuses to your lasers, which I do have on here. So, and I have the most generic lasers, and I have the most generic guns with beams on them. I did just pick up a second extruded compact heat sink the last time I was out shooting stuff up. So I've got 2 bonuses there at high end meta level, or medium high end of non-tech 2. And then I got some other stuff here. Have not made any blueprints. That's on my list to get for that. So I can update my damage or my tracking or whatever I want there. But so let's just one thing I want to start doing is we'll go ahead and minimize that. I was trying to see if I had any skins for it, but I don't. Let me just take a swig here. Thank you. Okay. So what I did was I put fun stats in here, things to keep track of. So right now with my what is this again? It's not a B-wing. It is a catalyst. Catalyst course or catalyst. There we go. Sorry, I just clicked on it, but I didn't want to. Its DPS is 100, 100.5. And just a reminder, I've got 8 guns here with 8 standard S damage on it, with 2 of the heat sinks on here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to finish building the catalyst, strip the fitting off of here, and throw these exact same parts onto the catalyst. I'm sorry, onto the coercer. The only thing that I'm trying to remember, and I think I might be right with this, is I think the coercer only has 7 guns. But the big bonus here is just a reminder, the catalyst gets me bonuses on hybrid turrets, tracking speed, fall-offs, and optimal ranges. So there are some small, it's a similar ship, but actually a very different ship. It is what's called a glass cannon. Can't take a whole lot of damage, i.e. low slots and medium slots not being that big. But other than that, and the other one I wanted to check out was Power Grid. Now, right now, I've got 5.0 divided by 84.0, or 5.0. Let's go Power Grid. Now I could write all this stuff down. This is just fun for me. so many other ways. Please use Python. It's a lot faster than this. The other one too is my CPU is at 213. Oops, I've still got space on that. And that is at 62.2 and 213. And that is good. And then 0.6, 213.6. Reason why I'm writing these down is I purposefully picked the weakest laser beam lasers because they have the, if I'm not mistaken, the lowest need for power grid and capacitor to use. So when I flip over to the Coercer, I want to see, and I'm pretty sure this is going to happen, since it is an Mars ship, I should have more capacitor space, and I might have more of the power grid space, or I think there might be a bonus for me to fit guns on there. So let's do it. Good. Anything else here I want to look at? I just like doing this. Oh, and depletes in 1, 2, 6. That's what I want to do. So your depletes in up here tells you if everything. I think if everything is running, then your damage will, or your capacitor will deplete in 1 minute and 26 seconds. So deplete. 1:26. Okay. Now the only other thing is this right here, and I just want to point this out before I finish the ship off. I am only at tier 2 for a Mar destroyer. If I'm not mistaken, I think I'm at tier 4 or skill level 4 for Caldari destroyer, which is what I'm in right now. Now that didn't really affect anything here. But, so my bonuses will actually get a little bit better over the next couple of days. Probably within the next week, I should be up to level 4. So I'll be able to do even more stuff with my special abilities. So, let's go ahead and close that out. Good. You guys have been waiting too long. I'm sure you're on bated breath. Here we are. There's my Coercer. Let's go ahead and get that up and running. Good. I'm actually saving some time. I'm working on this blueprint for the Tristan, by the way. And that actually goes towards something else. Tomorrow I'm going to start something, and I'll do a video on that, or the next day or two, about strategizing for the future as an alpha. But more to that. So let's get to the Coercer. So, ship hangar. We're going to... there you are, Mr. Coercer. Assemble the ship. And I'm going to change the name to Amanda's Gunny 2. There we go. Okay. So, going to make it active. Okay. Let's pull it up here. Let's just take a quick look. I think if I remember correctly. Wait, no, I might have been wrong. Yeah, it is all 8 slots are gunnery for the Coercer. So maybe it was a different one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. So there isn't a big difference there. 2 there, 3 there. So that all of your slots are the same. Currently stable because I don't have it fitted out with anything. Okay. So now I could have written down what the defenses are, speeds, that sort of thing, but this is a glass cannon. That's going to be helpful somewhat, but it's not what it's mainly used for. So let's go with Gunny 1, the catalyst. We are going to strip the fitting here. Yes, I would like to remove everything there, because I don't have any modules. Good. Okay. And let's go into our base there. Good. We got dual light. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 7, 8. I'm already seeing something that's a major difference. Well, maybe not. Okay. So what else did we have on there? We had the armor repairer. So small ACM. I can't remember. I think it was this one here. I had a compact one on there. I don't want the compact one if I don't need it. There we go. Because I'll get into that later on. I try to stay away from compacts all the time, even though they're easier to fit. I only use them for emergencies. And then we're going to go with the 2 extruded compact. There we go. And then we had our afterburner. Did I pass you? Did I pass you? There we are. Just a regular 1mn monopropellant. Good. And then was the battery did I have it? Must have been a compact one. Compact battery. Why do I throw the battery on there? Because it will increase the battery size, but the larger the battery size, the more your ship increases in speed. I think I went over that in the 100-day video, but I'll probably do it again. Now here's an interesting part. I'm down to my depletion of my capacitor is 1 minute and 15 seconds. So that is one major difference. It's 11 seconds less. Now there's a question. I switched out my armor repairer to the IA. Let's see if... So having the compact one on there actually is not as good. It's the old one that I had on there. So I've been able to increase my capacity, even though I'm losing a little bit of my depletion time. So let's get up here, and we're going to load her up. We got 0 DPS right now. And we got 10, we got 8 standard, S regular. Ooh, it all popped in there. So I'm getting the same DPS, okay. Power grid is a lot more. I've got 23.0 of 102 left. So it's bumped me up by 18 power grid total. Being in a Mars ship, that's probably why. I've got room for 23 more power. I'm going to talk about that here in a second, why it affects everything. And then, what was the other one here? My capacitor, 62.2. My CPU actually went down to 49.2. So I didn't look to see, so my capacitor, the capacitor strength, this is capacitor, bonuses. So my max capacitor actually went down a little. I still have some room to play with here, about 25% of that, and almost 25% of that. My damage per second did not change at all. That's a big one. But why is that important? Because I will probably be able to upgrade my guns. I was not, if you remember, I only had 5 power grid left on my basic guns here. I now have 25, 26, right, 23. So I've got 18 more power grid to throw in here. So if you take 8 guns, and I can basically put weapons onto the ship without doing anything else to it. No rigs, no other bonuses. I can upgrade my guns to 2 more power grid on that. Maybe in the next video I'll go through that, and maybe I'll look to see what guns I can make. But so I'm doing the same damage, but I've got more flexibility with these types of guns. Last but not least, let's just see what, and I bet you this is why, the bonuses here. So the small turret activation. Oh, there it is. So my depletion, and this is probably from um, one fellow that was saying, notice my after I put these um, beam laser crystals in, my depletion time went up to 2 minutes versus one. So I gained 34 seconds on there, which means more capacitor. That's really good, and for what I'm trying to do. So now what I need to do is just increase my damage from these guys. Now I got to be careful of my depletion time. That's a big one because if it, since you don't have any ammo in the gun, you have in your guns, you have to be very careful with that with Mars ships. Um, so small energy turret activation cost, tracking speed. So there was no damage bonus from here. Okay, so really, really similar ships, but the fact that this one is focused on lasers versus hybrid weapons that the uh, catalyst is, um, this one gets a little bit of a bonus. Now, I haven't gone through the other stuff. I'm just focusing on one thing and how can I get better at it, and that's my damage. Next thing, I could focus on defense. I think it's actually more important to focus on navigation because with a destroyer, you're not going to have much defense going on unless you can speed things up and do some speed tanking. Whew! I just talked a lot. Where are we at here? That's 21 minutes. I'm a little bit worried. I'm wondering if anybody is in system. There's a lot of people in. Well, there's 4 people in system. Gavrihi L has not been that active. I still have to be careful. But these other 2 guys could be guys who want to kill me. Well, he's at a 5.0, so I'm not too worried about him. And 0.7. Okay. Well, that's about it for that. I'm actually probably, now that I got it in my head, going to go play some Long Dark. Appreciate you guys listening in. Probably, I did this is Tuesday night. Probably won't be able to post this video until Wednesday, maybe even Thursday morning. I'm not sure. But really appreciate everybody's input. And I try to use that information for myself and maybe carry it on to everybody else. So please feel free to message me. I will be hitting work tomorrow. Got a very busy week the next 2 weeks at work. But I have to say, had a tough weekend this weekend. But making the videos made me take my mind off things. So appreciate you guys listening in. Fly safe, fly dangerously. Have a great week. Bye-bye.